Hi there, let's go over the answers to your Science 8 Fluids Review assignment. So the first question, they want you to identify each of these Wimmis symbols. And so this one is, of course, compressed gas. This one is flammable. This one is oxidizing agent, which means it has a high amount of oxygen and therefore could start a fire. This one is poison. This one is long-term toxic effects, and this one is the biohazard. The next, what are the key ideas to the particle theory of matter? There are kind of 4 key ideas that you should know about the particle model, and that is all matter has invisible particles. Different substances have different particles. The second thing that you should know from page 8 on the particle model is there are spaces between particles. So solids, liquids, and gases have different spaces. Solids really close, then liquids and gases. Next, particles move. So in solids, they just vibrate. In liquids and gases, they actually go from place to place. In the case of a liquid, less, and then a gas, more, which is why these are called fluids. Liquids and gases are fluids. Next, when we heat particles, they expand. The spaces in the particles expand, and they could change state. Speaking of changing state, on page 11 and 12, you need to know how the solid, liquid, gas triangle works when it comes to changing state. So to go from a solid up to a liquid, you should know what that's called. That's called melting or fusion. To go from a liquid to a gas is called evaporating or evaporation. And to go down from a gas to a liquid, we call that condensing or condensation. And to go down from a liquid to a solid, we would call that freezing or solidification. And then there's sublimation up. That means we superheat it from a solid, it goes right to a liquid, or a gas, sorry. And then there's sublimation down. So you should know how all that works. Next, we need to know how matter is classified. So let me do that over here. All matter is broken up into 2 categories: pure substances or mixtures. And the difference is their properties. Mixtures, you could have 3 or 4 different mixtures of salt water, and each one could have a different property, whereas pure substances will have the same properties: boiling point, melting point, etc. Then mixtures are broken up even further into homogeneous and heterogeneous. In other words, homogeneous, another name for that is a solution, and heterogeneous, another name for that is a mechanical mixture. And you should be able to know that these are elements. Pure substances can be elements or compounds. You should be able to give examples. For example, examples of solutions: vinegar, air. Examples of mechanical mixtures: soil, salad, etc. Next, what's the difference between solute and solvent? Solvent is the substance in greatest quantity in a solution. It's usually water. Solute